What happens to a woman's pleasure when you touch, kiss, and penetrate her only from behind? Did you know that over 70% of women don't reach orgasm during intercourse alone? And yet most men keep repeating the same routine, expecting different results. What if I told you there's a hidden technique, something most men already know but never use correctly, that could double a woman's pleasure, arousal, and orgasmic intensity in almost every stage of sex? Before we dive deep, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your feedback keeps these conversations alive. Introduction. What happens if you flip the script and focus on everything from behind, not just the obvious sex position, but every single part of intimacy: arousal, clitoral stimulation, oral sex, vaginal fingering, and penetration? Most men instinctively approach a woman from the front, facing her, looking into her eyes, kissing, and touching from above. That has its beauty and emotional closeness, of course. But what if I told you that many women report twice the intensity of sensation when stimulated from behind? This doesn't mean abandoning front-facing intimacy. Think of it like two powerful spices in the same dish. One brings warmth, closeness, and emotional intimacy, while the other unleashes raw, primal erotic fire. You need both, but men rarely know how to balance them. In my years of studying sexual health, reading medical literature, and discussing with both professionals and real couples, I found one truth. Sexual technique is never just about mechanics, it's about psychology, biology, and trust. And stimulating from behind is like unlocking a back door to the nervous system, literally. So stay with me as we break this down step by timeline, so you'll never look at foreplay and sex the same way again. And before we continue, tap like, share, and subscribe, and comment below. Do you think women enjoy sex more from the front or the back? Early stage arousal from behind. Question for you: do you think a woman gets aroused more from mental stimulation or body-to-body stimulation? Science says the answer is clear. Physical touch ignites arousal much faster than imagination alone. Studies from the Kinsey Institute show that skin-to-skin contact triggers oxytocin release within minutes, building connection and arousal simultaneously. Here, where from behind becomes powerful. Imagine your partner lying on her stomach. You lay gently over her, enveloping her with your body heat, kissing the back of her neck, shoulders, and spine. This activates an underexplored erogenous zone. The dorsal surface of the body, the nape, shoulder blades, and lower back, all richly innervated with sensory nerves. From my own perspective, this style of arousal feels almost animalistic yet protective, a blend of dominance and safety. Many women describe it as feeling taken but not used. It's not about pressure, it's about presence. And when done correctly, women report arousal spikes much faster compared to frontal kissing alone. Before moving into foreplay details, let me remind you, like this video, share it with a friend, and hit subscribe, because most men simply don't learn this anywhere else. Clitoral stimulation from behind. Here's a fact that shocks most men. The clitoris isn't just a small button at the front, it's a massive structure with roots that extend inside the pelvis. According to a study published in the Journal of Urology, the clitoris has over 8,000 nerve endings, double that of the penis. Normally, men stimulate it from the front, woman on her back, legs open, but when she's on her stomach. Your hand approaches from behind, fingers sliding naturally into alignment with the clitoral shaft. Instead of pressing awkwardly downward, you're now parallel to its natural direction, giving more precise stimulation with less effort. In practice, women often describe this as deeper, sharper, and more electrifying. Personally, I think it works because it removes the visual distraction of face-to-face performance pressure. She's allowed to sink into sensation without overthinking. Real-life example: a friend of mine once admitted she never orgasmed with clitoral play until her partner tried it from behind while she lay on her stomach. The difference? She said it felt like her clitoris was plugged directly into an electrical outlet. And here's the kicker: less is more. Often just placing your finger gently and letting her body pulse against you creates natural orgasmic waves. Gentle reminder, comment below if you've ever noticed women respond differently to front versus back clitoral stimulation. And of course, smash that like button. Oral sex from behind. Another surprise, oral sex isn't limited to the face-to-face missionary setup. When performed from behind with her lying on her stomach or even kneeling, many women report an intensified erotic charge. Why? 1. Psychological shift, she feels more vulnerable yet paradoxically more in control. 2. Different angles, the tongue now stimulates areas of the clitoris and vulva often neglected. 3. Primal energy, there's something deeply animalistic about devouring from behind that heightens arousal. A clinical sexologist once noted that this angle mimics what's called prone position arousal, which can activate not only the clitoris but also the perineal sponge and vestibular bulbs. That's why orgasms from oral sex in this position can feel deeper, almost vaginal-like. Vaginal fingering and G-spot A-spot stimulation. Most men know about the G-spot, fewer know the A-spot, almost none know how dramatically the angle changes sensation. When she's on her back, your fingers curve upward, but when she's on her stomach, the vagina tilts naturally forward. This means your fingers slide directly into the G-spot ridge with less force. The A-spot near the cervix becomes more accessible. Blended stimulation, entrance plus deep spots, flows more seamlessly. From my observation, women often climax faster and harder in this position. But a warning, because it's so efficient, you must build gradually. Too much intensity early can overwhelm or even cause pain. Science backs this up. A study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine confirmed that angle and depth of penetration directly affect female orgasm likelihood. Question for you, do you think women are more sensitive lying on their stomach or their back? Comment below with your guess before we continue. Penetration from behind. Now to the classic part, penetration from behind. But let me clear something up. Just because the position is famous doesn't mean men know how to do it right. Here what often goes wrong. Men rush in, thrusting hard without buildup. Women feel disconnected, even objectified. Vaginal sensitivity drops, or worse, pain replaces pleasure. The right way. 1. Slow entry, let her adjust and soften. 2. Hold her, she must feel physically secure. 3. Gradual rhythm, build pressure and depth progressively. When done properly, this angle unlocks cervical stimulation, one of the most intense yet misunderstood orgasmic zones. A 2019 study found that deep vaginal cervical orgasms activate different brain regions than clitoral ones, often linked to feelings of transcendence and emotional release. In plain words, done wrong, it's disconnecting. Done right, it's godlike. The final principle, balancing front and back. Here's the secret most men miss. It's not about choosing one or the other, it's about weaving both. From the front equals closeness, intimacy, eye contact, love. From behind equals raw fire, surrender, primal pleasure. Without intimacy, sex feels hollow. Without intensity, sex feels dull. Together, they create rhythm, contrast, and explosive peaks. Personally, I think of it like music. You need both soft verses and loud choruses to make a song powerful. Without the contrast, intensity loses its meaning. If you're still watching, thank you. Please hit like, share, and subscribe and comment below. Which do you think matters more, intimacy or intensity? Conclusion. So what happens when you stimulate a woman only from behind? Arousal skyrockets because her whole body feels enveloped. Clitoral stimulation intensifies, more precise, more electric. Oral sex transforms into something primal and overwhelming. Vaginal fingering becomes twice as effective, direct G-spot and A-spot access. Penetration unlocks cervical orgasms, if done with patience and care. But without balance, it fails. Women need both the intimacy of the front and the intensity of the back. Master both and you'll be remembered as the man who didn't just have sex, but gave her an unforgettable experience. Final request, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me below, do you believe women truly prefer sex from behind, or is it just one part of the bigger picture?